This week, Jaguar Wright actually makes this crazy claim about Jay-Z, and Tommy Richman says he's not hip hop. Let's get into it.
Condoms in the condominium, the minimum. Loose diamonds placed on plates made of obsidian. Not a civilian, uncivilly, I'm a citizen. Pop will drop a dividend, doggy, I really get it in. Fresh vets, love letters and death threats. Rockin' oyster flex, flexing while I'm eating oysters. Ultimate with ultimatums, only give them choices. Retainer for my lawyer, paranoia, hearing voices.
Welcome back to the STEM Society. My name is Cole Jackson. Episode 63 is live. Thank you guys for coming back for another episode. Man, it's been one hell of a week. I've had a great week. I hope you guys been enjoying your week as well. I'm not doing any new album reviews or critiques this week. I only listened to the T Grizzly album. I'll probably talk about that on the next episode. I want to get into this news, so let's get into it.
Music news.
So let's start it off. Jaguar Wright ended up on Piers Morgan's show this week, and she made some crazy claims. Now, for you guys who don't know, Jaguar Wright has been on a lot more independent podcasts or more YouTube podcasts. I see a lot of her stuff on TikTok on a regular basis, and she has come out with some crazy, I don't want to say crazy claims. She comes out with a lot of claims. She claims a lot of stuff. Now, she also claims that she has evidence for a lot of these things. But this week on Piers Morgan, she took it to another level. Watch this.
Not just Diddy, but Diddy and Jay-Z are monsters. And the victim-making machine kept going on.
Jay-Z has been notable by his silence since these charges were brought against Diddy. Why do you think that is?
Because that's what he does. He starts little fires everywhere, forces everyone involved to go and carry water while he sneaks away without a response. That changes now, Sean. You must respond. You have no choice. Harvey Weinstein, Jeffrey Epstein, Robert Kelly, Sean Combs have one person in common, professionally and privately. Sean Carter.
Yeah, so Jaguar Wright came out and said that Sean Carter, or Jay-Z, who how we know him, is linked to a lot of different people, and he is a monster, and he's done all of these things. Now, let me be the first one to say this. You have lost your mind. And the reason why I'm saying this is because she makes anybody who's seen Jaguar Wright's any of her interviews she's done previously, she has made claims about a lot of different people with no evidence. None at all. She hasn't made it. She's had a ton of claims with no evidence. And I don't understand how this continues to keep going. She got on a platform. Don't get me wrong. Piers Morgan is a smut king. He's probably one of the worst high-level shows out there, if we're being honest. Look up his history. He's done a lot of slimy shit also. But at the end of the day, man, like, we're getting to a point now where when it comes to this Diddy situation and hip-hop and everything in between, we're putting up people. They're letting anybody talk. Anybody speaks up these days, and I think it's a fucking crime against the genre to be able to just let this woman go off and say whatever she wants to say. Now, I'll be honest. I don't even know. The only connection I know between her and Jay-Z is the fact that she was on Ain't No Love in the Heart of the City off of the Blueprint album. And that's it. She claims she have been at all of these parties. She claims she's seen all of these things. She claims she has evidence. She says she has video and wiretaps on a lot of these people. She also went as far as saying that Jay-Z and Beyonce, she threw Beyonce's name in there, saying that they kidnap people and hold them against their will and throw them in the gutter. I'll watch the full interview. It's up on YouTube. I'll put the link down if you guys want to see the whole thing. Now, the crazy thing about this is Piers Morgan decided to have Jaguar Wright, DJ Vlad, and I think it was a lawyer by the name of, what is that lawyer's name? Ariel Mitchell. Those three people have one thing in common. They look shady as fuck. Not one of those people on that show should be trusted. Not one of them. Vlad is one of those people who we know that always shows up somewhere and gets somebody caught up in some kind of legal situation. This Ariel Mitchell lawyer chick was somebody who said she had the Diddy sex tapes. It's a fucking mess. It's a whole mess. And people are making come-ups off of this stuff. Don't get me wrong. I don't know a lot of history behind Jaguar Wright and where she's been as far as these industry parties. She said she's never taken a picture with Jay-Z or Sean Combs because she's smarter than that. What are we doing? Is my question. What are we doing? Why is it that we have some of the most slimy, underhanded, shady type people? And people, I think Vlad, even though we don't trust Vlad summed it up. He said Jaguar Wright is a conspiracy theorist at best. And I'm just to the point where you can't keep saying these things without evidence. There's no evidence. And if you do have evidence, why haven't you gone to police? She claims to not be scared of any of these people. She claims she has enough evidence to bury all of these people. Then there was a back and forth with Star. Here's the clip for that.
Okay, then hang on a second. If you are Jaguar Wright,
you want to know what I find?
Excuse me. If you are Jaguar Wright, you have to watch the language. If you are.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's just a little upsetting.
Okay.
Because I hate.
But stay with me. I'm gonna lay down some ground rules, and we can have a conversation. You sound like Jaguar Wright, but I can't be certain. Okay.
Oh, no, I am.
Okay. Now, this is the objective perspective.
And if you don't believe me, it's real simple.
Baby, hang on. I'm letting you speak. Hold on.
There ain't no love in the heart of the city.
Okay.
I said it ain't no love. I could do that all day.
So let's talk about your appearance. I'm saying you hit a grand. I'm saying you hit a grand slam. In case
Buck Wild and I was cool friends.
That's my younger brother. But now hang on a second. Again, let me speak. Let me speak, and then I will let you speak.
See, I just found it funny, the hero worship. Jay-Z's of a different caliber. Jay-Z's of a different caliber. You want to know what? He wasn't of a different caliber.
Listen. If you try to mock me, hey, Jag.
And I watched that on tape.
Jag, if you try to mock me, I will take your fucking head off. Slow it down.
Really?
Yeah.
How you gonna do that?
Oh yeah, I'm letting you speak.
How you gonna do that? Propping up Vlad?
But do not try to come at me sideways. We can have a discussion. You funky, nasty bitch. But you're gonna respect me, or you can get the fuck off my line. I don't need you to go viral.
Okay.
I don't need you to go viral, bitch.
You getting sued, bro. Fuck you, bitch.
Yeah.
Buck can go to jail, bitch.
Do what you got to do, bitch.
Buck can go to jail, bitch.
Screaming.
Fucking 15-year-old girl.
So their back and forth went sideways really fast, and it got to a point where she actually said, well, Buck Wild used to have relations with a 15-year-old girl, which tends to be her go-to. I'm gonna just be honest with y'all. I have no idea where she's been, what party she's been to, if she really has these whole things going on, but don't y'all find it weird that anybody she has a bad back and forth with, they've automatically done some pedo type stuff? Like, you can't keep putting this type of stuff on people without evidence. You can't keep putting this stuff on this type of people because they did you wrong. I seriously feel like she has a bad history with Jay. She has a bad history with Diddy. I think that she most definitely didn't get paid for some stuff. I mean, she was a writer and a singer at one point in time, and she was a part of a lot of different songs back in those days. She didn't put out a new song in, 30 years, which we shouldn't hold against her. Maybe she got blackballed. But at the end of the day, aren't we supposed to be able to kind of figure out why she's saying these things? Is she mentally unstable? Has she been checked out by some type of psychiatrist? What is it? That's my question. Look, man, this Diddy situation has a lot of people shaking in their boots, and it has a lot of people looking real crazy right now. But I will not sit up here and be okay with people saying that throwing those types of accusations on other people, kidnapping my dude. And let's be honest here. There are some things that she has said that has come to fruition in the past, but that's kind of just like dumb luck. Some of that stuff is just me finding $20 on the ground, if I'm being honest with you. It's just to the point now where I think we're putting a lot of people in places and on platforms that's going to speak ill about, one, hip hop, and two, just call out whoever they don't like. It has none of these people have merit. None of these people have evidence. None of these people, again, she has quoted several times that she has tapes, she has videos, she has all those things, and she hasn't turned it in yet, but she could. So is she just as guilty as the people who are doing the crimes? If you have all of this evidence and you haven't saved these victims, what are we talking about here? What are we doing? I just feel like at this point in time, man, this is the wrong place for us to be at when it comes to talking about like just putting different accusations on different people. And then you drug Beyonce into it as well, which I think is even more foul. Even more foul. So I just want to see what happens next, man. Like, but we got to start figuring out why we letting all of these different types of people get on these platforms and say the wild shit that they've been saying. Again, I don't know Jay-Z from a can of paint, and I'm not trying to take up for him or put my cape on for him, but some of these accusations are they're horrible. And to put that on somebody's name, you just can't put that on everybody's name. That's all I'm saying. Like this, it's ridiculous. It's crazy. And it seems like she doesn't have a lot of friends that are rooting for her. And it doesn't seem like she has a lot of people in her corner other than her man. But again, I don't know if she's gotten her mental checked out or not. But I just feel like Piers Morgan and shows like that need to start vetting these people a little bit more and seeing what they have been saying and understand. And maybe he did know what she had been saying. And maybe sometimes it might be a play just to get clicks and views. I think Piers Morgan is exclusively on YouTube, if I'm not mistaken. So I don't know. But if we don't start vetting these people, and if we don't start trying to make these crazy accusations without any kind of evidence, and if you have the evidence, turn it in. If you got proof, you're holding on to it for you to be manipulative or to manipulate things, guess what? You're just as guilty as everybody else who's doing the shit. Tommy Richman says he's not a hip hop artist. No fucking duh. We know this by now. He had an exchange with DJ Head on the timeline, on Twitter's timeline, and it was pretty fucking hilarious, if I do say so myself. A lot of backpedaling. He basically said he wasn't a hip hop artist, and DJ Head said for sure. So every hip hop station playing $1 Million Baby and Devil Is a Lie should stop today. Thanks for the heads up. And then he was just like, hey man, I'm not solely a hip hop artist. Glad I got the PSA before I did my radio mix. I now have 2 open slots. What should I play from an artist proud to be hip hop? Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. Whatever. It went on to say, I'll say it again, I'm thankful for everything. I'm saying I don't want to be boxed in. I grew up on hip hop, but I'm a singer. And DJ Head says, understood. However, there are nuances that can be perceived when statements are made. I don't believe you have malicious intent, but I do believe that there is much to be learned about the system you have entered within, this thing we do. I hope it works out for you. No sarcasm. Why is DJ Head giving a damn about Tommy Richman and if he's a hip hop artist or not? Why is that a thing? Why is his stuff even categorized as R&B? Now, he just dropped his new album, Coyote. He dropped it the same day Leon Thomas dropped his album, which Leon Thomas put out a way better product. I haven't listened to Coyote yet. It just wasn't on my radar because y'all ran $1 Million Baby. Y'all ran it into the ground. Y'all ran through that like it was a prom date. You know what I hate? You got me in this bag. I'm tired of the fact that people like Tommy Richman can jump in and out of the genre whenever they feel like it. I'm tired of the fact that they can come in and take our culture, take our genre, make money off of it. When they're done with it, they can just up and leave it and make money from another, switch up and go somewhere else. Kind of like Post Malone did. Kind of like Miley Cyrus, if we think about it. She had a whole hip hop phase. She was twerking and everything. If he doesn't feel like he's hip hop, we don't want you. We didn't ask for you to be a part of this thing that we love. And I don't really believe that he's an R&B artist, if you ask me. I think his should be labeled as pop, but he's signed to Brent Faiyaz, so I guess we might as well put him under the R&B genre because of who he signed to and because how they're pushing him. We, as a culture and a genre, get so screwed over by these people who come in because we welcome everybody in and we're horrible gatekeepers. We don't know how to gatekeep the culture. We don't know how to gatekeep the genre. We just let people in and say, oh, he cool, man. He can sing a couple of notes or he got a couple bars. That's dope. No one has to prove themselves. You know what a prime example of someone getting screwed over is? Beyonce. Beyonce made a country album. The Country Music Academy says, fuck that. You got to come play you got to play the game. You got to do the dance if you want us to nominate you for anything. You got to come slap hands and do high fives. It's ridiculous and it's sad. And I wish we did that more. We don't have to welcome in Tommy Richman and accept him as he's not even an R&B artist. He is not going to have a top. For me, this is and I haven't heard the project yet. Maybe I should shut up and listen to the project first. But I can pretty much tell you, if it's anything like $1 Million Baby or Devil Is a Lie, that ain't R&B. It ain't even new age R&B in my eyes. But we got to put him on that label. We got to label him R&B because, he sings and he's assigned to a black guy. That's how that works, right? I wish DJ Head would have handled it a little bit differently, just for the simple fact that it's just like, well, just because he doesn't get played in your mix, DJ Head, doesn't mean he doesn't get played on radio stations all over the world or all over the United States. We don't handle these situations the best we possibly can. That's just my observation. I think it's a whole situation of why. It's a whole conversation. It's a whole conversation of why we should start gatekeeping more, because we get the bad end of the stick all the time. And artists who come out from outside of our culture come in, do what they want to do, make the money, get the awards, and leave it. And laugh. Yeah, I did a rap album one time. It's hilarious. I'm back in my backsliding days when I wasn't that good. Now look at me. I'm doing country music and I'm getting all these awards because I took some sauce from somebody else and splashed it on this, and there you have it. If we don't start gatekeeping now, and if we don't start doing what we're supposed to do to make sure that we secure this thing, we're going to have more and more people do exactly what they've been doing for all of these years. And don't worry. Don't worry. Music industry is changing as well. Not for us to gain or get better, but it's changing for us to probably get kind of phased out. So, I don't know, man. I think it's a big conversation about Tommy Richman saying he's not hip-hop. Why would we want him? What kind of value does he bring? That's all I'm asking. You can have that conversation with yourselves. I'm done for today, man. You've gotten short, sweet, and to the point. Thank you guys for joining me for another episode. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and make sure you guys are checking out the content. I'm giving you a lot of content right now. Also, make sure you join the Patreon. It's $1 to join. Any bonus content pops up there before it pops up here, so you already know. And you got the Hip Hop Survival Guide, which is part of the Patreon as well. That's Patreon exclusive. So with that being said, I got nothing else. I'll catch you guys next episode. Peace out.
Thank you for joining the STEM Society.